Now in this video, hopefully, I can explain to you how the Brunswick pin setter blacks out. If you've ever been bowling and all of a sudden your machine turns off and you see maybe a pin jam or something doesn't look right and the machine turns off, well, that is the blackout system working. Right here is one of two switches. There's a micro switch on the front of that, and that little pin on the back goes all the way through, and it rests up against a micro switch, always pushing the switch. If that spring-loaded cable ever gets pulled down where that little X washer is, that switch is no longer pushed, the pin setter will turn off. Now that is a cable that is basically spring-loaded with the scissor cable and the deck shifting cable, so whenever the deck shifts, if there's ever any blockage, it's kind of a spring-loaded fuse, kind of, you might say, and it pulls on that cable whenever the deck can't shift freely, pulls down on that cable, pushes or unpushes the switch, and the machine will shut off. And you have to turn the power off, everything, clear the jam, and then the machine turns back on. Let me see if I can get a little better, closer view of it there. There's the switch, and it's pushing in all the time. There's also another one located right up here between the turret. If I can get a shot of it, it's right here. There is, can't get up through there, but there's the switch right there, and the turret, which is the whole mechanism that the pins index through and drop. It's this whole frame assembly right here, and it's got room to move up right here, and on the other side it's kind of just sitting on its own weight, and where it's sitting there's another switch back there and it's pushing the switch. If you ever get a deck jam and a pin gets caught up in here, when the deck comes up, it'll lift the whole turret up, undo the switch, machine turns off. So that keeps it from breaking something. Same with the other one. If you ever have a deck tries to shift and there's a pin jam in there, like when you get two in one bucket, it keeps the deck from shifting freely, pulls down on the cable, turns the machine off. That way it keeps it from breaking something rather than continue to operate when you got a pin jammed in something. So right now with the turret sitting freely how it is, the switch is pushed, machine's on. Same with the deck. As long as the deck can shift freely, that cable doesn't get pulled down, switch is pushed, machine stays on. But if I were to lay a pin on top of like the 5-pin bucket, it'll raise the entire turret up when it comes up, which will engage or unpush the switch, the machine will turn off. So if you're ever bowling and your machine ever just turns off, you have one of two things that's probably caused that, unless somebody at the front desk just turned off your machine. But normally you either have a deck jam where the deck can't shift properly, or you have a pin laying on top like the 5-pin bucket or the 8 or 9 or something, and it's lifted the whole turret assembly up, turns the machine off, keeps things from breaking. Otherwise you'd be replacing broken parts on this machine all the time when it didn't have the safety system engaged. So hopefully that explains the blackout system and why your pin setter will turn off from time to time while you're bowling. It's just a safety precaution. So thanks for watching.